Okay, I think we are live. At least we are on Facebook. We should be live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch.
Nice. Hi, everybody.
So this is Pamela Hunter. She's my cousin. And
Hi.
She is the queen of Young Living. She knows everything. She says she doesn't know everything, but she does.
I don't know everything. But my painter is here getting my house ready to sell, and he calls the oils magic too. He says, do you have your magic in the paint? Do you have your magic in the paint? And I do. I have purification.
You put it in the paint? That's awesome.
Yeah, I put the purification in the paint so it won't smell bad.
Oh, that's really cool. I think you told me that before.
I haven't? Oh,
I think you have. Yeah.
I walked in and they're used to the smell, right? Because they're painters. And I walked in and I went, oh my gosh, I can smell the paint. So I went around and doused more in all the paint buckets.
That's awesome.
You can put a whole bottle into a gallon of paint so that it just doesn't have a smell.
Wow.
Yeah, it neutralizes it. Oh, here comes all our friends.
Yeah, they're starting to come now.
Hi, here they come. Yeah, so purification neutralizes smell. The other day too, Dawn, I don't know if you've met Dawn Duffy yet, one of my friends that does the oils. Her husband got skunked outside of her house.
Oh.
And she was like, oh, and she just doused him with purification and cleaned all the cabinets with thieves cleaner and got rid of the smell.
That's awesome.
So, good to know, right?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do?
And
in situations?
You're only allowed to buy one bottle a month of purification,
I know, that's why
right?
There's real perks to Essential Rewards ordering every month that are promotions and save money and all that. But another real perk is you get to order these hard to get oils every single month. So a bottle of purification is on my order every month.
Mine too.
And I stock it up because summer's coming and I use it a lot when I go outside in the summer for all those little things that like our skin.
Okay.
Look how I said that. All those little things that like our skin.
So you put that on your skin?
I do. I put it on my ankles and around the back of my neck, and I use my hair as a diffuser to diffuse it away.
Awesome. That's good to know.
And you need that. You might have hummingbirds coming at you with your bright colored hair. They might think you're a flower.
I wish I had hummingbirds here, but I guess I need a hummingbird feeder for that.
I thought of you the other day because there were white swans on the pond outside my yoga studio. And I just thought of all the birds and the things that you have around your, what do you call that thing that you sit at? It's not a normal porch.
The lanai.
A lanai. Yeah. I thought of you going, oh, I have swans. Funny. Do you sell the essential oils? Yes, Tiffany, we do. But we really love to educate you about health and wellness too. So yes, we do sell oils, but we're really educators as well. And making hormone, yeah, nice, everybody. So should we get started?
Yes.
With the topic?
Yes, I'm here to learn.
Well, in last month when we got together, there was a ton of information, and I had a couple of my friends that know me really well reached out to me and they said, Pam, that was amazing, but I got confused by the end because it wasn't like a program. So I just recently spoke at an event for Young Living called Beauty School, which is, you would love that event, Melody. All your people would love that event. Like if you guys are ever going to go to any event, Beauty School, so awesome because it's so hands-on and fun. But I spoke there and from the talk that you and I did, I was thinking about the products you had and the products I use on a regular basis through Young Living. And I thought, okay, I have a personal power practice that I live by. And a lot of them we talked about last month, but now I kind of want to put it all into fruition of why and how and all of that. But before even doing that, I want to bring in kind of some things for your audience that to do every day and take these little pauses. And this is really for you. And if it rubs off on you, Melody, it will rub off on everybody else. And then they're all going to tell on you. I'm going to pop on some videos and they're all going to tell on you if you're not taking your video pause.
Okay.
Because every once in a while, I think all of you crafters need to take a moment. We all do in life. Because we get so wrapped up in life that we just keep going, and that creates a hamster in a wheel, and that creates the stress, and that creates the exhaustion at the end of a crafting project instead of, woo, I did it, and have energy at the end of the crafting project. Yes. You know what I'm talking about,
I know
right?
exactly what you're talking about. I need this.
Yeah, so there's a lot that does. So just a few things right away, and it's going to seem so simple. It is simple, but opening and closing your hand. Just open and close. Every once in a while, get those hands off the mouse, off the clicker, off the cutter, out of the scissors, whatever you're using. No more markers for a moment. And just open and close. Now bring the breath into it. Inhale when you open. Exhale when you close. And make the movement match the breath. So you go really slow.
So inhale when you open?
Yeah, inhale when you expand. So your lungs are expanding, your belly is expanding like a big balloon, and you're expanding the fingers. And then when you bring it all back in, you exhale through the nose. And get used to breathing a little bit in through the nose and out through the nose to allow the air passages to touch all the sinus areas. Notice the pause that happens and notice the peace that comes when you match the movement to the breath. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's an amazing thing when you match, because of course we could go like this, but we don't breathe that fast.
Right.
Right? That becomes more of a workout. We're creating a self-care pause. We're creating that reboot. So make sure your feet are on the ground.
Is
touching the earth as you do it.
And is everybody else out there doing this?
I hope they're doing it. Crafting is my relaxation. I get frustrated. I stop on something difficult and start on something simpler. That's a good idea. But do you get tired after the end of crafting? So even though that's your stress reliever, because it's a lot of our stress relievers using our creative mind, right? And when we get creative, we feel like the weight of the world goes away. But I get that. But do you feel tired after a long crafting project? There's a difference. So every once in a while, you can have both. You can have it as a stress reliever, and you can have it help you give you energy instead of deplete energy if you take your breaks and move some of your body parts. So now let's just circle our wrists. So what this does is bring circulation to the upper part of the body. And the same thing can happen with your feet. And I bet a lot of you wear shoes while you're crafting. Melody wears Crocs, so she can slide her feet out. How often do you slide your feet out, go the other way, and wiggle your toes and move your toes, Melody?
Not very often.
No, but I'm going to ask you to do so and actually put your feet on the earth. And the same thing we just did, instead of opening and closing our fingers, point your toes and then flex them back towards you. Point your toes and then flex them back towards you.
They're cracking now.
That's good. That means they need to move. Yes. And back towards you and back and point.
Am I supposed to do my hands at the same time?
People usually do this only like 5 times. I invite you to do 10 to 15.
Yeah, because my ankles need it.
15 to 20. Because what happens, the longer you do it, you will feel the circulation move up your body. Now, a great thing to add to that for the bottom of your feet, the oils of cypress or lemongrass or aroma life, or my newest find, Melody. I've never really had issues up here, like that pounding that people get. I can't say the word, but that where they're holding their head like this, or pressure back here. I've never really had that. So I haven't used an oil that's kind of named for that, called M-grain, if you get my drift. Yes.
Yeah.
But the other day in my yoga classes, I test with a pendulum and the energy tells me which oils, and M-grain kept coming up. And I was like, okay, really, what's up with this? Nobody has an M-grain going on. So I looked up the oils, and all of the oils were amazing for the puffiness we get inside our bodies and on the outside of our bodies. Everybody following me there? There's a big long word for it. I cannot talk about it because that brings us below the wellness line. But I think even when we're healthy, we have some puffiness going on and some hot spots in our area, in our body. And that M-grain oil is another one that I've so enjoyed putting on the bottom of my feet and then moving my ankles and rotating them. Now, make it funny, because notice when I ask you guys to rotate your ankles, see if you go like this, opposite directions when I ask you that, or do you go, everybody does it differently. You can put them together or you can put them apart. And what that does is shows us as yogis that you're using a certain part of your brain. So in yoga class, I watch how they're doing it and I say, go the other way, right? That makes sense. But now if you've been putting them together, go opposite directions, because this will open up a whole new channel of communication inside of you.
Well, my feet are following your hands. Every time you change your hands direction, my feet just change too.
I love
I'm not even thinking about them. They're just doing what your hands are doing.
And that's what you guys do so much on your videos, right? It's like, Melody does this, so do I. Right?
Yeah.
But as a recess, notice I'm not using the word break. That's unconscious language. Please don't take a break from crafting. You don't want your machines to break. You don't want your lead to break. You don't want your scissors. Nobody wants anything to break. Take a reboot or a recess, something that's positive. Yes?
Yes.
So with that, when you do this and you find, like, who was it that said, if something gets too difficult, I go to a simpler one. Mm-hmm. How about trying this? If you get stuck or you get to a place where you're like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. And some of the projects you guys do, I get that way, looking at it going, how do they do that? Right? You're looking at it, roll your wrists or your ankles or both and go in all the different directions with them together, with them separate, and see if the mind and the communication from your hands to your heart to your head starts coming together more, so that you go, oh, I got it. I see how to do that now. Mm-hmm. And I've heard you on your videos go, oh, that didn't make sense a minute ago. Now I get it.
Yeah.
That's the communication coming through. Yes?
Yeah.
So those are all movements, and that's so basic. And then the other one, because all of you guys are looking down at a table quite often, unless you're reaching up at a cabinet to get something, I invite you to stretch your arms up multiple times during your day.
Yeah, I've started stretching a lot more.
Multiple times.
Because I can feel it so much. When I stretch, I'm like, I need to stretch more.
Yeah.
And you feel better afterwards.
Yes. And the other thing is getting up and down out of your chair.
Yeah.
Like on the hour, setting an alarm to get up.
My watch tells me to stand up.
Do you listen to your watch?
No.
No, that's not working for you.
I am more like, when I think about it, I do it, but I just don't think about it.
Right. So in other words, the watch becomes habit and you can ignore it really easy. So you're going to have to come up with other things. Maybe you switch off. Maybe you have a new alarm, like actually set an hourly alarm on your phone that's a different chime.
I can have Alexa remind me.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And not everybody has those options. So what do? You set your normal alarm, whether it's an alarm clock or your phone clock or what. But I suggest switching up the tone of it, like maybe have a jingle every once in a while or a song or whatever it is. Get crafty with that so that it's different all the time and makes you really pay attention to it. It's easy to ignore when it's the same over and over.
My feet are still going, by the way.
Good. I'm so glad. Do you feel the circulation moving up the body?
Yeah.
Good. So I've been doing some video lately, and they're new on my YouTube page. I've uploaded them from Facebook. My community really loves Facebook Lives, so then I have to upload them to YouTube. I'm not as good as you yet to know how to put them all on the same place at one time. I'll get there.
I can help you with that.
I'll get there. But I do have a new video on hydration, and I just want to say, make sure you guys are hydrating. This is water and some NingXia Red. It's about 2 ounces of NingXia Red, this whole food puree that, yes, we sell at Young Living. And Melody did a challenge with it and tried to get people hooked on it. And those that got hooked, and those that didn't. And we don't push with that. We just offer it up. And I always tell people they hit the wall. Like if they really didn't see a difference with it, then we're not going to tell you to keep going. But are you really aware of the differences you might feel?
Sometimes you feel them when you stop.
Yeah. So what are some of the differences you feel, Melody?
I feel like I have a little more energy. I just feel healthier with it. Like I'm afraid to not take it.
Yeah. So it combats some of the bad choices we may make in life is the way I look at it. Like if my son uses it as his alcoholic drinks. He puts it in his mixes because he's like, I feel like it's doing something. It'll make me feel better.
Yeah.
You know? So it's that combat of it. It's really full of your vitamins and minerals, your amino acids, and your antioxidants. So if those are buzzwords that you hear, but you go, yeah, you know, we only live once, that kind of thing, I just invite you to open up to something simple that you can utilize. And some people get caught up on the price of it because they price it like a juice, like an orange juice. And it's totally different than an orange juice or a grapefruit juice. It is vitamins and minerals in a liquid. So it's more priced as a supplement. And you can, you know, one little bottle of supplements can be, you know, $65, $70, right? Like for one little bottle. Well, you get 2 big bottles like this for $72 when you're have a wholesale account. So this lasts me if you only do 2 ounces, but you can do as much. I probably am going to have 6 ounces today. I'm having one of those days that I'm craving food, like all kinds of food. It's a rainy day here. It's the first day of spring renewal. And I feel like eating like a lot. I've had nuts. I've had a flaxseed muffin. I've had half of what did I have on there? Why can't I think? Salmon sandwich. Like I used leftover salmon on gluten-free bread on half of a piece. I have had so many little things all day. I just want to eat. So I'm going to use my juice as a curber, is that a word? Curbing my appetite for the day. So I'm going to work to not eat until dinner, which will be 6 o'clock. And I'm going to make a salad with a bunch of veggies and chicken on it. And I'm hoping that the veggies will finally fill me up. I'm a bottomless pit today.
Yeah.
Right now. I mean, I just want to eat. I don't know what to say about it. So this is helpful. And this is my foundation of my power practice. So as soon as I do some movement, I do my NingXia Red as well. And then I drink it throughout the day, different times. You drink it throughout the day as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Callie fills up your water for you?
Yes.
I love that I know your life and I'm not there. I've only been there once. I want to come again, but trying to find the time is the big deal.
Yeah.
So, okay. So other things that I don't miss in my day is we've talked about these, the Mighty Pros. And these, here's what I want to say about them. I talked about them last time. They're like a pixie stick. They're a pre and probiotic. But the more research I did about the Melody since we talked last time, they have FOS in them. And what FOS, I can't pronounce the big name. It's like fructooligosaccharides. I don't know how to say that. But what that is, FOS is a very low glycemic sweetener. So I felt like in your audience and friends that you're with all the time, I bet just from talking to so many of them, I know that they probably like sweet things, like all of us do. But I wanted to educate that there are choices for sweet that are healthy. And this becomes good bacteria fertilizer. But those little packets that are pink, sweet and low packets, and what they're yellow, pink, whatever they serve on the tables, those are fertilizer for bad bacteria because those are artificial sweeteners. And anytime something is artificial, it goes through a ton of chemical changes to make it acceptable for us to consume. And I'm like, why did they have to do all that to make it acceptable for us to consume? Not a good thing. So I wanted to offer that this comes in a 30 pack, and we sucked them down last time. In fact, I'm going to suck it down right now because this will also curb my appetite for sweets because it tastes like a pixie stick.
Yeah.
But there's no sugar in it. None. It's prebiotics. The FOS is in there. It's also got probiotics. Right. It's just a powder, and it tastes amazing. So these are things that I don't live without, so that I get my foundation in. So if I have prebiotics and probiotics, my gut feels better. My healthy digestion is supported. And I do have a little cheat during the day, like of sweet, that's not going to be bad for me.
So and you're not craving other sweets.
What?
So you're not craving other sweets.
No, and you can pour it in your drinks. Like the other day, I poured it in an herbal tea, and I was like, yes, that was exactly the sweet I needed.
Yeah.
You know, like I poured it in, and they're so easy to carry around and travel with. You have to look under Kids Sense. For those of you that have your own account already, you have to look under Kids Sense, Mighty Pro. Now, I have a caution, a big caution. Pets smell these through the package because their sense of smell is so heightened, and they're dangerous for pets. And that's why it bugs me that they have an animal on here.
Yeah.
They're harmful to animals because they have xylitol in there. And xylitol you cannot give to a dog. So keep them out of the reach of the pets.
Okay.
Okay. So just saying that. They're so good for us, not good for doggies. So that's one of the things. And then, as I said, NingXia Red is a foundation. So we talked a little bit about mineral essence. Have you been doing your mineral essence?
I did, and then I forgot until just now.
Yeah,
I was doing it for a few days.
So minerals are big. Let me talk about minerals a little bit so that you guys understand why I'm saying this. I'm not trying to just sell product. It's more about giving health and wellness. So experts estimate that 90% of Americans suffer from mineral imbalance and deficiencies. So 90% of people, and one of my biggest pet peeves is that when you go to the doctor, they don't start with diet and things you're consuming. They start with the issues going on, but they don't start with your lifestyle. Your lifestyle can be creating your issues. Yes?
Yeah.
And then hence your lifestyle creates your lifestyle creates your issues, but your issues then start to create the way you live as well, because everyone knows when you don't feel well, you can't think.
Right.
It's hard to help yourself. So I hope listening to us gives you some hope, because I know that Melody has a lot of people in need in her life, and a lot of people that follow you, that follow so that they can let go of what they can't control and come into to be in crafting mode. Yes.
Yes.
Well, let's balance all that so that you have that health and wellness, so you can do more and be out in the world more, sharing your crafts with people.
Right.
Yeah. So with that, minerals are a big thing. So everyone that calls me asking questions about different stuff going on with them, one of the first things I say is, are you aware of minerals? So I had this picture, funny side note here. I had to turn in my slides to Young Living Conduct to make sure that they were compliant for this presentation. And I have this picture, you can't see it because I can't share my screen, but it's this picture of this, it almost looks like a chocolate sundae melting over an ice cream cone, but it's Earth doing that, okay? And they called me and they said, okay, we just don't understand slide number blah, blah, blah. Could you explain the picture of that slide when it's with mineral essence? And I started laughing. I go, oh, that's iron. That's called the mineral of iron. And they go, oh. And I go, yeah, you might want to do some research on some minerals in the conduct department, because it was really cute. Because the guy was like, oh, wow. I said, minerals, most people don't even think about this. Minerals come from the soil. They come from soil and water. God created the earth for us to live off of and live on. Everything we need is not man-made. It's creation.
Right.
Yes. So we take what is on God's creation and put it into bottles to make it convenient for us to consume. Now, honestly, if you went and laid on this iron mountain, you'd absorb it just through your energy field in your skin of touching this. But we don't have iron around every corner on the earth. So we extract it from there. And we want them to be ionic minerals. So let me just read some of this to you so that it makes sense and I don't jump around and not make sense with it. So difference between vitamins and minerals. Vitamins are obtained from plants and animals, and the body gets minerals from soil and water, which I said. Every second of every day, your body relies on ionic minerals and trace minerals to conduct and generate billions of tiny electrical impulses. You feel those electrical impulses when the light bulb goes on and you figure out your craft. You feel those electric impulses when you feel that felt or you feel that material. I've heard you say, this feels so good. Those are the tiny electrical impulses that you're feeling, okay? Without these impulses, not a single muscle, including your heart, would be able to function. Your brain would not function, and the cells would not be able to use osmosis to balance your water pressure and absorb nutrients. To ensure you are getting the ionic minerals and the electrolytes your body needs, only choose ionic mineral supplements or supplements that contain ionic minerals. So you may go to the drugstore now or the corner store and you see minerals. It doesn't mean they're ionic minerals and that they're actually going to absorb into you. You need a good brand. Because minerals come from soil and water, you would think we could get a good amount of minerals from the foods that we eat, but through all the processing and all that goes on to get our foods these days, they're lacking the minerals we need. So supplementation is important. So the major minerals, it's like the periodic chart that we all like ignore. I don't know, we shouldn't say we all, but I ignored it, and I admit cheating on tests with things like that because I did not care back then.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it.
I don't remember any of it, and I remember just getting by. Yeah. Like, oh my gosh, please can I have a little note card during the test, because I am never going to remember that periodic table. Well, now it's cool to me because now I realize, for some reason, I didn't connect the dots back then, and I did not realize that my body needed that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was out in the world for scientists to know.
Yeah.
Right? But
we just had to memorize the periodic table. It meant nothing to me.
It meant nothing, and it needs to mean something.
Right.
It means everything to the function of our body. So that's really a big thing. So the major minerals are calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium, potassium, sulfur, and chloride. And the trace minerals are chromium, copper, iodine, which is a big one, iron, manganese, molybdenum, selenium, and zinc. Now you hear about zinc when you have seasonal changes and you're under the weather a little bit. You'll hear somebody will say, up your zinc. You'll hear about that. Selenium is easier to get from food. If you like Brazil nuts, those big nuts, you can eat 3 of those a day and get a lot of selenium. That's a good way to get selenium. Molybdenum, I don't know how you get it other than supplementing. And molybdenum helps the digestion and absorption of protein, which we know a lot of us need help with that. Mm-hmm. Iodine supports the thyroid and all this stuff, all these diagnoses that go along with thyroid. Weight gain can be a part of that as well. So getting in, and iron helps your blood flow, right? So it's really a big deal. And there is a source to look up more education about foods and minerals and things. Is one of the guys I follow is the medical medium. I think I might have mentioned him last time, Anthony Williams. He's a good one to watch and look at. So Mineral Essence, this little guy, is full of 60 ionic minerals. So this is a great place to start.
That's the stuff that doesn't taste so great.
It does not taste good. And
okay,
okay.
Now I remember putting it in my orange juice, and I thought, there's nothing wrong with this. I like it. I don't even taste it. And then I got to the bottom of the glass. And then I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it was all in the bottom.
Yeah. I need to mix it up next time.
The benefits outweigh any of the resistance to taste. You just got to get it down.
Yeah.
And putting it in orange juice, great. Grapefruit juice. I put it in my NingXia Red. Sometimes I make a tonic with water, NingXia, this, and Sulfur Enzyme. I put it all in one and just get that stuff down at some points. But the more I take it, Melody, the less it tastes bad. So I feel like if you really need it, it tastes really bad. And as you start to need it, as you start to not need it as much and your body's absorbing it, it's better tasting. I don't know if it's just I'm just getting used to it or what. That's kind of how you test to see if you need, which one is it that you test? Zinc. If it tastes awful, it means you need more of it. And then if it just tastes like water, you have enough zinc inside you. Okay. So that is a good way of testing.
I think I need everything in that bottle.
What?
I think I need everything in that bottle.
I do too. And I told you the story, right, in the airport where I felt so good. And I'm going to do that. I've been upping it all week because I'm traveling again on Friday. And I feel great. And I have gained weight. I'll be really honest. I have gained 20 pounds in the last 2 years, another 10 pounds, like 10 pounds and then 10 pounds. So I'm 20 pounds bigger, but I have to tell you, I'm doing really healthy things and I feel good.
Yeah, you look good.
I feel good. There's some pockets of areas that could be in better shape. But my husband and I were just talking the other day, and I'm like, I feel good.
Yeah, that's all that's important.
It's not about being, a certain size. It's how you feel that matters. And so there is a blood test you can get, which you might have fun doing. It's called a SpectroCell. And you can go to spectrocell.com, SPECT. Here, I'll put it in the chat. And you can go to that. And this blood test tells you where you are with minerals and vitamins and minerals on a cellular level. So it'll tell you what you're deficient. Like I'm deficient iron, chromium, What else? There's a few. I have to look at the list to see. Iron, chromium. My zinc's a little low, and my molybdenum was really low. So I was low, and that was a year ago. So I've been upping all of this, and I will get that test done again probably in August. So that's kind of, it's out of pocket. It's hardly ever covered by insurance. So that is an expense, but that might be something that interests you and some others. Any questions? So I put that again, NingXia Red is my foundation for that. And then I also put in Sulfur Zyme. You see it?
Yeah.
This is a powder. It comes in capsules, but I really like the powder better. The main ingredient in this is MSM. And MSM is a natural sulfur bearing. Now don't get confused between sulfa drugs by pharmaceuticals and sulfur being a mineral, right? So a sulfur being nutrient that occurs widely in nature from mother's breast milk and fresh vegetables, not to be confused with sulfa drug. Sulfur is like vitamin C. As you age, your body doesn't produce enough of it, so supplementation is important and imperative. Now, it equalizes, listen to this, my friends, it equalizes the water pressure inside your cells. So letting them swim free and letting them move around and do their thing. Have you ever seen a video of a cell? It's all moving around. It acts as sort of a cellular safety valve, affecting the protein envelope of the cell that water transfers freely in and out of the cell. So that hydration on a cellular level, that movement in your cell, that ability to open a cell and close a cell so that other things can come in, all of that, it may result in fluid movement in your body with flexibility and agility. Now, again, I'm going to stay above the wellness line. The opposite, just think about what the opposite of flexibility and agility is. So we want to be flexible and agile to be able to move without feeling it. Like we should not, when I move my arm, I should not feel anything in my elbow. Like your mind would not go, oh, I feel my elbow. That only happens when you're in need of some nutrients or something to support you. So this is a nice support. And we drink this in a powder. You can do it just in water. It's sweet too. It's got stevia in it, which is great for the gut. It has FOS, so it has that in it as well. But I love to do a couple ounces of NingXia Red, a big water, and Sulfur Zyme. So that's what's in here. I'm pouring it. We call it the red drink. We might add a little bit of lime or lemon or some type of citrus oil to it as well for taste. But I have an empty one of these that I fill up with the red drink and then pour from there and just drink throughout the day. So like I said, I use that to help me from all the cravings and urges that I'm getting. Yes? That
works, yep.
That works. So a little bit more information on what we did talk about last week, yes?
And reminding me I need to take my minerals.
Yes, and then essential, I'm opening up a new one. I just ran out, used my last sleeve. Here, I have one here in my backpack. I just put it in there. My enzymes. So there's a bunch of enzymes. I'm even doing an enzyme detoxification program right now with Detoxzyme, which is one of our enzymes. But the overall one that I feel like is easy for people to take is Essential Zyme 4. And they come in push packs. It comes in a box, but it comes in a push pack like this. And why do we need enzymes? Enzymes are biological catalysts that speed up the chemical reaction in all living things. Without enzymes, nothing works. They break molecules apart and put them together. There are specific enzymes for each chemical reaction needed to take place in each individual cell for them to work properly. So there's metabolic enzymes and there's digestive enzymes. These are digestive enzymes. One of the perks of taking digestive enzymes is it helps your body not have to work so hard to produce the metabolic enzymes that the gallbladder, liver, and pancreas have to produce. Now, I don't know about you, but I've heard a lot of emphasis on gallbladder, liver, and pancreas in the past probably 10 years. And that we're overusing those organs and kind of taking them for granted. And I feel like that comes from the lack of digestive enzymes in our foods and in our bodies. So why not utilize digestive enzymes and take them with each meal?
Yeah.
Just to help everything, happen. Enzymes are modern day solution. They are supplemented in your body. They have the ability to support you above the wellness line and slow the effects of aging. Their water is activated by enzymes. So some people drink a ton of water and they're not even getting it into the cells. They're not hydrating. Enzymes help you hydrate. Water carries up to 18% oxygen, providing greater enzymatic action. So by drinking water with your meal, your food will digest better. There is a lot of controversy about water when you eat. Warm water, room temperature water is good to drink when you're eating, not cold water.
Grandma Gibbs always drank not warm water, but room temperature water.
Never had ice. Well, she grew up in the age with no ice, right? She didn't want to go break up the ice chest back in the day. So she was healthy. Yeah, it's awesome. We add essential oils into our enzymes. So fennel, anise, all those oils that are great for a healthy digestive system. I just can't say enough about enzymes, but let me tell you about this specific product. So the yellow capsule, do you see the different colors, white and yellow? The yellow capsule is powerful for digesting of proteins that are in meats, eggs, cheese, and other high food proteins, like protein powders. It's really fast acting. The white one is to digest fats from dairy and meats and vegetables, and it promotes greater nutrient absorption. Sorry, couldn't get it out. It's great for weight management. So with each meal, what the box says is a yellow and a white with each meal, your 2 biggest meals of the day. But I know I eat different meals all the time, and sometimes I eat really big protein meals. I'm going to have maybe 2 of the white ones that digest protein, or those people doing keto diet and things like that are doing a ton of fats may want more yellow. According to what you eat, you can take what you need. It doesn't, more is not going to hurt. It will help. There is always too much, but use common sense, right? Mm-hmm. So it just depends on what you're eating. So a little bit more on enzymes. So we've talked about Mighty Pros, the little packet.
Yes.
Recap. Mighty Pros, NingXia Red, Mineral Essence, Sulfur Enzyme drink throughout the day, especially all of you guys sitting. You want to move, do your movements, and drink your Sulfur Enzyme. And then have your digestive enzymes with your meal.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So with that being said, that's a whole program that is a personal power practice. Why will this not move? Oh, there we go. And then last but not least is your probiotic at night, Life 9. That gets stored in your refrigerator. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping I made that, and that's probiotics. That's good bacteria. Helps with a healthy digestive system. It's imperative that people, nowadays, the medical community, everybody educates on probiotics, especially if you're on medications. So that's kind of a power practice in a nutshell. And no day is complete without my buddy Frank.
Right here.
And I love him on my head. Yes. So taking in frankincense just to say ah.
I have him in my bathroom, right here at my craft desk, and in my kitchen.
Yay. Does that mean you remember to put him on you? Mm-hmm. Yay. Yeah, I love all our other oils, but my power practice has to have frankincense.
Yeah.
Has to.
Now,
Has to.
will you do me a favor and
Yeah.
write down all those products that we went through today to share in my group later in Melody Lane Lifestyle
Yes.
on my Facebook group? There's a link to
Yes.
that group in the description of this video. But then that way, that will remind us all of what you went over and to make sure we have those. Because I think I have those, but I don't know how much I have of each, and I want to make sure I...
Well, and I'll put a reminder in my phone, Melody, to do little reminder video in there. If people will watch me in there, if they encourage me, I'll get in there more. But I have this thing about time, and I do not want to go in and then think nobody's seeing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
It's a tough one with Facebook Live, because I know there's a lot of people that watch and don't comment or don't like.
Well, we can share this one in there too.
Well, yeah, but they have to watch this whole long one. I was just going to do a little snippet short. Yeah. But you got to encourage me, because I just don't, if I don't know people are watching it, it makes it not easy to do, you know? So the more they comment, or at least let us know you're watching or that you see it, you know, hashtag replay is always nice, just so we know people are seeing it, and we'll do more in there. But we kind of stopped because we didn't feel like people were active.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but this is really, I think this is really important. It's really educational for me to learn all this stuff.
Well, and those that have been watching us for a while, have you figured out my personality? I am not like that person that's going to be a drill sergeant and going to tell you exactly what to do and make sure you're doing it. I'm not a boot camp leader. I'm not that. I am more of an educator to empower you.
I need a boot camp.
You need a boot camp.
I need you to tell me to make me take these things.
Okay, so maybe I'll have to do a total boot camp. Yeah, it might be a fun thing to do, but I am always one that it's like you have to do the work. I can't do it for you.
Right.
You know, you have to do it, and whatever you need, it's right here. I'm telling you, you got to make it at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people just put these in the refrigerator right in front of their face. They don't want to pour from a bottle. Whatever's convenient, put these right in front of your face and grab them and drink them. They don't have to be refrigerated. I just like it cold.
Yeah. And you can put it in the freezer.
Oh, so good as a popsicle. Push pop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I have for you today. I am just getting you encouraged to keep living healthy.
I think this will help me a lot. I think I needed this. Earlier today, I was outside walking the dogs, and I'm like, I feel like I need a vacation, but I don't want to go anywhere. I just need a break. I think I need this stuff.
I just got invited to come visit someone that I order all my Himalayan salt from. I order my castor oil, my iodine. What else do I order from her? My coconut oil. And she's a scientist. And I just got invited to come to her house. She has the greenest house in America.
Wow.
She lives in, she's a scientist, so she's doing all that. And she lives in Orlando area.
Oh, cool.
And she said, do you ever get out here? I go, well, I need to come visit my cousin again. I should come out there and have her come with me.
Yeah, so that would be fun.
Go visit her. It would be fun. That would be a nice little break for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a healer type chick that, you know, reads it all.
Yeah.
Too. Kind of fun. Yeah. I'm putting it out there that we find the time.
Right.
Yeah. You have a new shirt on. Is it a cricket shirt?
It's not new. It's
you just put a cricket on it.
I made this for the cricket event in Utah last summer. And I just found it in my closet. I'm like, why? I'm not going anywhere today. You know, why am I not wearing this shirt? So they had a luau for the people that were teaching at the event. And the people putting on the event and the teachers and educators. So they were having a cricket luau, and I didn't have a luau shirt or a Hawaiian shirt. So I made one, and it's the little cricket guy. He's peeking through and says, did someone say luau? with the little Hawaiian flowers on it.
Nice. I love it.
So I thought,
So
well,
cute.
I only wore it once. I'm like, I'm not just going to wear it once and throw it away, you know. So I'm like, I might as well wear it.
Yeah, I like it. All right. All right, everybody, if you have any questions, come to that Melody Lane Lifestyle group and ask questions or hit my 1-800 number. If you want to call me, you can. I think I've got it memorized now. 522-1937. I think that's it.
And you can call this 800 number that's in the chat and you leave a message. She's not going to answer. So you can call at any time. And then when she checks her messages, she will call you back.
Yeah, it makes it really simple because you can tell me whatever you want to tell me on that. I'm just making sure that that is the number because sometimes I transpose numbers. That's it.
I think
Yay,
it is.
I did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Pam.
For spending time with me today.
I'm very grateful for this. I needed it. And
Yay.
I think it will help me.
Thank you for spending time.
Yeah, I don't like taking medications or anything, so I like all this stuff that will keep me from having to do that.
Well, and go to YouTube and watch my video on hydration. I did a Facebook Live on hydration, which is, you know, great information.
Is that on YouTube or Facebook?
It's on YouTube now.
Okay. I shared your channel earlier, so they can just search Pamela Hunter and probably search Pamela Hunter Hydration, and they'll find the right video. And go subscribe to her channel. Encourage her to do more videos.
I'm moving into my new house. I'll have a new scenery. And then that's when I'm going to use my jingle. I did get a jingle made.
Awesome.
Awaken awareness with bottles of love.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have a jingle.
Awesome.
I'm getting there.
You'll have to do a house tour of your new house too.
Oh yeah. I will.
Some people do that before they move in and then do one after they move in with their furniture.
Well, I don't know if I can before I move in.
Right.
Once I get those keys,
but once you get in, do a tour.
Okay, I will.
All right, it'll be fun.
All right, it'll be fun. Show you my new office.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.